Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Don't forget, we're all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, our official website is StephenKnightShow.com. You can also follow us on Instagram. Lynia, what's yours?
At Lynia Love everywhere.
Chike, what's yours?
The Real Absolutely Chike on Instagram, Absolutely Chike on Twitter, and Conversations with Chike Evans on Instagram. And then you can just Google me, Chike Evans.
Nayyir?
At Nayyir Sharif, and I'm going to throw it right up right now.
There you go.
There it is. There it is. At Nayyir Sharif. You can find me on Instagram.
And I'm at Stephen Knight 32. All right, so Apple's finally given its iPhone users what they want. Worldwide Developers Conference is trending on Twitter following the news that Apple's newest update for the iOS 16 software. One of the most significant updates will allow users to unsend and edit text messages. Thank you, Jesus. According to Apple's press release, users can edit or recall recently sent messages, recover recently deleted messages, and mark conversations as unread so they come back to them later. In addition, a new feature called SharePlay will available in iMessage. I'm not sure what I meant there. The feature will also sync content like movies or songs and share playback controls through text. How are you feeling, Nayyir, about this editing text, unsending text? We all have the butt dial before, what are your thoughts?
That's dope. It's dope, and the share feature. But there are other apps that already, WeChat has been doing that for years. WeChat app does that. You can recall messages for everyone. I think it's probably up to a minute or something like that. It gives you a good deal of time. So it'll be cool to see how long amount of a time that feature gives you with Apple. Also, WhatsApp does it. WhatsApp does it where you can delete messages for yourself or for everyone who you send it to for a period of time. So I think it'll be cool. They're late, but it'll definitely be a good addition through that particular, through their iOS system and the share feature. That would be really cool.
Yeah. What about you, Lynia?
I don't have an iPhone, but I'm just curious. What y'all need to delete and recall stuff for? What y'all trying to hide?
Yeah, I've had to do it. I've had to do it a couple of times. I like that feature. I love that feature.
I double check my text messages because sometimes, say you're talking about somebody, like say I'm talking about Chike to you, Lynia, and I'm so I have him on mind because I'm telling you about him, and I've texted the person what I was saying about them. Thankfully, it's never been anything bad. But like one time I messaged my boss, this is years ago. She gets on my nerves. I was trying to text Miss Parker.
Oh, Jesus.
And so
you text your boss.
Yes. So I think it's a good feature. But that's why I always double check. I don't talk about people that
how'd you explain that?
Oh, yeah, how you explain it?
I said this, well, we explained this one. One time I emailed, me and Miss Parker worked together for years, we don't anymore, but I was emailing her about our boss at the time, but I never said her name. And so it went to her and I didn't think, and I said, and so I wrote back, I'm sorry, I meant to send this to Linda because her name started with L, Linda. And she was like, oh my God, Stephen, quit email me, get me confused with your girlfriends. Okay, sorry.
Outlook has that recall feature.
Yeah, it does, but I didn't know it then. This was years ago.
Right.
But yeah, I think this is a good thing. What about you, Chike?
Did anybody see that movie, Dope? About the young guy that was in high school, he became a drug dealer?
Not yet.
Okay. You need to see that movie. There's a term in that movie called a slippery slope. And they go through the whole definition of what a slippery slope is. I think that this technology is opening up a slippery slope. It's going to be some problems that arise from this feature. Trust me. You heard it here first.
I mean, but the person, so it'll delete it on your end, but that person would have gotten the message already. So it's still going to be.
If they don't get it,
for everyone.
Delete it.
It'll be what?
For everyone. It deletes it for everyone. WhatsApp does that now. WhatsApp and WeChat, it deletes it. It gives you a certain amount of time. You send a message and it gives you a certain amount of time to recall that message. hopefully the person didn't see it. If they did see it, it's still going to disappear if you do it within that amount of time. Same thing with Outlook emails. You can fire off an email, and if you set the feature appropriately, it gives you amount of time to before that email sends. So it'll act like it's sending, but it won't send. So if you recall and you want to retract it, it'll let you do that within a certain amount of time. It's usually not long.
I got a mean screenshot finger, man.
Yeah, like I screenshot. See, now you done told me that mess around with iPhone people. I'm gonna start screenshotting good shit.
You know, at my job, we use WebEx to chat. And this person I work with sent me something they weren't supposed to. And they were doing it. They were trying to be slick. Not towards me, but just towards their role. And so I saw it, went on what I was doing. Then I went back to reference it, and they had deleted that message after they got me to do it. You know what I mean?
Now you grown, big grown, live in it.
Right. Well, listen, Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey are topics of discussion after a source revealed to people that the couple has reportedly broken up. The source explained to people Michael and Lori are both completely heartbroken. They still love each other. Michael matured a lot over the course of their relationship and was ready to commit for the long term. He let down his guard with her, opening up emotionally in a romantic relationship for the first time. They had a great time together and brought out the best in each other. Now, we can't confirm this report. It hasn't stopped people from sharing their opinion. One person tweeted, I just knew seeing Lori and Michael trending, it was for sure an engagement announcement. I actually didn't realize how young she was or the age gap. So I can definitely understand, but damn, they were easily my favorite celebrity couple right now. Another wrote, I can't wait to see who will be Lori's next wealthy Black man boyfriend for the time being, LOL. In addition to the news of the reported breakup, folks also noted that Lori has no pictures of Michael on Instagram anymore, but Mike does. The latest post of the two was posted 9 weeks ago of them from the 2020 Vanity Fair Oscar party hosted by Rashida Jones. Mike was still up to a video shout out for Turtleneck's birthday. His followers seem to have a problem with the video still posted. One commented on this, delete this now, and another commented, bye Turtle, it's over, take it down. I also saw people reacting, saying they're gonna slide into Lori's DMs, girls slide into Michael's DMs. Lynia, I know that's probably one of your favorite things, but what do you think about when you see a couple like this that everyone seemed to just, like them together and now they're not together?
I'm not surprised. Not that Michael is like super old, but I think that he might be in another phase in his life, and Lori is young. You know what I mean? She's young, and somebody said it. I saw a comment somewhere where somebody said, listen, when you raising a gold digger, right? She testing the waters to see what's the best option. And like I said, she's young. She's a beautiful girl.
Yeah.
But she's testing the waters, and rightfully so. When you're young, that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
But she was raised a certain way. And that way is somebody is going to take care of her, and that money got to be long. Because if Michael had done something to her, Steve Harvey would have already been talking stuff about him. The only thing he said was, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So obviously it wasn't him.
Right.
And you called her turtleneck. It's just turtle.
Oh, turtle. Turtle. Chike, what are your thoughts on this breakup?
I don't know that young lady, but I know, isn't her father a drug dealer or a former drug dealer?
Yes.
Yes.
He was like a kingpin.
Yes. And her mother was the woman that Steve Harvey was cheating on his wife with. And then
the second wife.
Yes. I'm gonna talk to Michael B. Jordan. I need for you, brother, to go find yourself a Sierra. You need a woman who has her own situation. She don't need your money. She's beautiful and talented in her own right because you got your own stuff going on. Look at yourself for Seattle. You don't need a woman that is gonna hang on your coattails and you gotta, sprinkle your green on just to keep her in your good favor. You don't need that. He's older, but he's still a young man who can go out and help himself. So I wish him the best, but I didn't think that this relationship was going to last. Me personally, I just didn't think it was going to.
Nayyir?
Like Harvey said, it is what it is. I guess
Right.
if it's a good image for people to see it and inspires people to see them together, that's a good thing. But these entertainers, man, they play by different rules than the regular people, than the average Joe like myself. I don't know what they going through, what kind of world they live in, but perhaps it's easier to just put those types of relationships, make them a little bit more or less known, while you're dating, so that you can go through different relationship experiences and not have to worry about the chatter so much or people getting into your business so much, casting their opinions out into the public sphere. I guess if that's what you want and that's what you do in entertainment, that's cool. But I know for me, I was never about posting nobody I was dating until I was married, or just a moment before I was married, when it was a pretty sure thing,
Right.
I was never near in a space to post a girlfriend, you know what I mean? Like, I just didn't do it. I didn't believe that was secure for me, because I didn't want people to be able to look. Yeah, I want people to be able to say, you're all these different women and it's you, it's her, it's you. Nah, you don't see none of that until it's time, but that's me. I play by a different set of rules. I'm and that 10-year age gap, that ain't nothing. You know how many old people I talk to who they 10, 15, 20 years older than they person, and been together forever. And it's women who got married way young, younger than her 20-year-old self, 25-year-old, however she is, and stayed with their husband. So I don't know. I'm a little long-winded on this one because I just think they play by different rules, so it don't really translate well to me. I don't understand it. If it's a positive relationship and it's working and it's in the public, cool, good. But they play by different rules, and I'm even accustomed to. So,
and also too, Michael B. Jordan was a child star. He's been in the game since he was a kid
for a long time.
He's made significant moves in this industry as it relates to his business, and
you don't even know much about his.
About personal life? No, like
you don't even know much about his personal life.
This was the first time.
First time ever you've seen him like out there in regards to dating somebody. I'm sorry, Chike, finish your thought.
Right.
No, and I was going to bring that point up. I honestly thought that he really was genuinely in this relationship with his whole heart. This is the first time that you've seen him do this. But like I said before, he's been in it since he was a child, and he's built his brand up and he's building his empire up. I just think that he needs a queen that's going to be rightfully
on that level
side and who rides with him. She was a bad fit.
Yeah. You all don't post the people who you are dating either, do you?
I
mean, you do, El Boogie, because you got
once in a while, like depending on I might shout him out for, but not all the time. It's not like, you'll find a whole bunch of pictures of us.
Yeah, and you're in a real situation. You know what I mean? You don't even do that.
Going on 6 years.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, those are different rules for me. I'm not. I mean, I'm sure you guys understand. We pretty much the same age range.
Yeah. Because I don't want to have to cuss, because part of the thing with them, and because they are famous, you put that stuff out there, and next thing you know, you see them comments underneath, and I mean, people are so. It's amazing how these people are so comfortable. With going online and being a keyboard gangster up under your post.
Yeah.
It's not their page, it's your page. And people, and I think I said this before, if celebrities cut off their comments where you couldn't mention them, at them, or do anything, these people wouldn't know what to do with themselves. They wouldn't know what to do with themselves.
Yeah, they would. They would just take the picture, put it somewhere else, and then put captions under it.
Our last story. So there's a reason Nene Leakes is steady in the conversation about reality TV royalty. She's never been afraid to speak on it. On Thursday, news broke of a lawsuit filed against Nene, a lawsuit filed against Nene by her boyfriend's estranged wife. The estranged wife believes Nene became involved with the boyfriend while he was married. She's gunning for $100,000, but in the video, Nene seems to deny the story. So we love y'all, so much is going on in the world. Let's just try to show each other a little more love. Nene shared with a laugh. And I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. It's a lot going on in the world. I'm already not here husband stealing. Ain't nobody out here stealing husbands, are they? I wouldn't know. She added, nobody wants to steal nobody else's problems, honey. And a twist on some Grinch-like facial expressions, Nene topped off the comment with her signature honey and laughed. An estranged wife says she suffered from emotional distress in a lawsuit, but the lawsuit against her describes the opposite tone for the wife. In the doc, she said photos of the stars shared featuring her husband caused her humiliation. Additionally, she described suffering from emotional distress, mental anguish, and loss of affection as a result. Before Nene went live, she shared another post on her Insta story featuring the man in the middle of the drama. She recorded herself smirking, pouting, waving, and playing with her hair as he drove. Nene also added the song and lyrics to Mooney Long's Hers, Hours and Hours, I'm sorry. Nene's boyfriend, he penned a note talking about avoiding negativity. Now, Nene and his name is Nayyir, I think, they sparked a virtual conversation when footage surfaced of them booed up in the club a few months after the passing of Nene's husband, Greg Leakes. In December, she confirmed a romantic relationship with them on the Shade Room. She said that her husband's last words included a message about being happy. She said, I will love Greg forever and ever. Grieving is hard, even harder, and depressing alone. Greg and I were had a tearful conversation before his passing. Nene shared, his words to me were, be happy, keep smiling, and he who finds you has found a good one. So apparently in a few states, there are several states where you can sue someone over cheating. Do you think, Chike, I'll start with you, do you think that she has is there any merit to this lawsuit?
Well, Fantasia went through it. Maybe Nene needs to call Fantasia. You remember that? Fantasia had that friend, and
North Carolina.
His wife was like, hey, girl, what you do? I mean, if she can prove that they were married and together, and Nene stepped into the mix and took her husband, and it's an opportunity for her to get a money grab. I mean, who am I to say don't go for yours? But what I'm tired of is hearing nothing but negative stuff about Nene. What happened to her acting career? Like, go make a movie or something.
Well, she said she's been blacklisted because she spoke out against Bravo.
Why? I wonder why.
She said because she spoke out against Bravo. You know, she's suing Bravo, calling them racist. And she said because of that, she's been blackballed.
Yeah, Bravo isn't the only horse in the race. I mean,
because of that, no one else wants to work with her.
I don't think that it's that, but okay. I'll pray for everyone involved. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Nayyir, does she have a case?
The cheating?
The estranged wife, yeah.
I guess that's up for the lawyers to decide. If somebody take the case, she got a case. If somebody decides to take it, then she.
I'm shocked she was only asked for $100,000.
Right. You know, and that's
go big, go big.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a sign right there. It may not be too much, but we'll see. You know, if somebody take the case, go ahead, Chike.
No, I was gonna say, like, people take it for granted, but there is a thing called adultery that's on the books. There is a law. Adultery is grounds for getting you divorced.
And why is she not suing the husband?
Who's saying she's not? Maybe she want to collect her back. let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If she does it the other way around, then she doesn't really have any legs to stand on. She needs to get her bag first, then she needs to let the man go. Because the man is the access to the bag.
$100,000.
Some people, that's a bag.
Yeah, true. I guess it is true. But yeah, if somebody take the
Don't
case,
seem like it's worth the squeeze to me.
huh?
The juice doesn't seem like it's worth the squeeze to me.
It's
Right.
not.
Right. That's the same thing I'm saying. Right. The lawyer's gonna cost $100,000.
How about that?
Exactly.
Yeah. By the time it's said and done, the time and the documentation alone, it can cost $100,000. I know for a fact.
And then I hope she knows how law goes, because Nene has a little bit of change. She can afford to drag this out and deplete that woman's money to the point where she has to put it down.
Yeah. But the lawyers will
Lynia.
take the case. They'll take it just to get paid, you know.
Yeah.
So-
Lynia, what's your thoughts?
Depending on the state, depends on if that wife can sue. Now, there are many factors that play a part of this. So I hate to say it, but there are levels to cheating. That's if it's cheating. Because one, we don't know. They could be legally separated. She ain't got no case. In certain states, there are legal separations that you can file paperwork until you get the divorce. Most of the time, people who go that route, it's because they have a lot of assets involved and you can't do the divorce road. It's like a lot of assets and it's kids and it's just a lot of stuff involved. So let me get this legal separation before, you know what I mean? So while we figure out everything else. There's also spousal alienation. If you are married and that affair started while you were still together and it caused your spouse to withdraw from you, then that is something that you can talk to somebody about spousal alienation. So then if your spouse has withdrawn from you physically, then they start to withdraw from you financially, then you may have something that you can talk to somebody about. So all depends on what state that you're in, you know, and how she's going to play it, because then you would have to prove that there was an affair, when that affair started, how long that affair had been going on. Lord, forgive me, I should have went into law. I was a paralegal for 8 years. But I'm just telling y'all, it ain't easy. It might sound like it. Yes, Fantasia did go through with, she had a wife sue her. But you know, there were a lot of factors into that. What he told her, because half the time, you know, sometimes when men cheat, they be like, oh, I ain't with her no more. Oh, I got a divorce. Yeah, I mean, like, so there's too many dynamics, and you got to have all your ducks in a row. Yeah. You know, because it's going to cost you some bread, and you got to put down a retainer. At the end of the day, you go ahead, so you can't even get to the Nene Leakes money until you put down a retainer to somebody who agrees, and something like that, they taking about 10, 15 grand down as a retainer.
Yeah. Well, like Chike said, we wish them all the best. All parties involved. Sis, move on. Okay, move on. $100,000, move on. Anyway, enjoy your summer break, Lynia, Nayyir. I hope you have a great one. And Chike, I'll see you in movie reviews, and we will be right back after this.